let anybody come inside of you. Don't let anybody else come inside of you. What I say, don't let anybody come inside of you. This is 2024. Donald Trump just entered yesterday. Don't let anybody come inside of you. If anybody come inside of you, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. It's one bottle, 3 words. Apple cider vinegar. Hello, y'all. It's your girl, Big Thieves. Welcome to another episode of P.O.V of a Niger girl. I'm here to talk to you about a bunch of shit, a whole bunch of stuff that pertains to me and my life and dealing as a Nigerian in this part of the diaspora. So let me quickly introduce myself to you guys. My name is Phoebes. Everybody calls me Phoebes. I live in Houston, Texas, but I'm also a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. So quick backstory. I moved here a while ago, went to high school and college. I've made a lot of decisions in my life since I've moved out of my mother's house, and I think we're gonna touch every aspect of my life in every way so that you guys can follow me and get to know who I am. I want to apologize in advance for the way my skin looks like now. My skin never looks like this, but I'm going through a personal situation that doesn't give me leeway to do proper skincare, and even if I wanted to do proper skincare, I don't have all the money to do that, and that's the truth. So back to what I was saying. I have a background in a lot of things. I grew up in a family that I grew up in a Christian household. So my dad, my mom, my siblings, we all went to church. My parents are pastors. I grew up in a church setting. But the thing about me is that when people hear oh, you're a pastor's daughter, oh, we used to hear the naughty things that pastors' daughters do. And I tell them, I'm like, bitch, believe it. Anything you hear about a pastor's child, believe it times 2. That's me. Period. But I feel like all those things has also made me become who I am today. Because there's some girls that I see that I've witnessed, that I've had the opportunity to be around, and they don't know half the shit that I know, or half the shit that, other regular random people know. But be that as it may, I don't want to verge off topic, because I want to tell you right now, I have ADHD. I have the ability to be able to talk off topic. So you guys have to bring me back. So I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel since 2016. The first one that I started, my mom cussed me the fuck out. She was like, is this what you want to use your life to be doing? To be taking videos of yourself? You're not going to go to school. So I said, okay, I'm going to go to school. I got admission into P.O.V University, did all of that. And then I moved out of my mom's house at the age of, I think, 18 or 19 or 17. One of those years. It's really blurry to me. And before I moved out, a series of things happened. And I'm just going to give you a background story of myself. A series of things happened before I moved out from my mother's house. And I know that all my family members are going to see this story. I have shared a little bit of the story on TikTok, and it went viral. I had 3 million views. But the thing is, about Nigerians have a different way of training their kids. It's a very, very harsh and subjective lifestyle, like a subjective way of training their kids. Because as a pastor's child growing up in a church affiliated household, you can't do some things. You can't go out with your friends. You can't have friends. And because my mother never had friends, and my dad made sure she never had friends, so we as kids never had friends growing up. And I feel like that's one of the things that is fucking with me right now as an adult, because I find it hard. I don't find it hard to make friends. I'm a very friendly person. Now I'm going off topic, but the thing is, I could see through people before they even come to me. I could see through their bullshit, because I grew up in a household where everybody was full of shit. Everybody. So I moved out of my mother's house at, I think, 18 or 19. I think 19, and I turned 20 when I was outside. Basically, the first night I was outside, I went to this club called Vienna. If you live in Houston, you're gonna know where Vienna is. Vienna is the most ghettoest, the bottom of the ghetto. If they say that ghetto has layers, Vienna is under the ground. So we saw that underground club, but I feel like I need to put sunscreen on my face. It's not an underground club, but it was so ghetto. People get shot up there every night, like dead ass. I feel like they used to do that fucking Vienna, because people get shot up, like people get killed and they fucking die. So I went to Vienna. I drank a whole bottle of Hennessy. I never know what the fuck Hennessy was. I mean, no, scratch it. I've been drinking regularly, but this time I was outside. I had my own apartment. Honey, I got home and I peed. I peed on myself. Yeah. True story. I got home drunk as fuck. I had a roommate. He was 10 years older than me. He was living downstairs. I was living upstairs. And we said that we're gonna use our upstairs to do Airbnb. We're gonna use the downstairs to do Airbnb, and the upstairs we're gonna stay there together. But for some reason, I was already a fly bitch. I had people come to see me. I was like, well, I have a guest. You need to stay downstairs. I peed on myself. I was so fucking drunk. I woke up. My whole body was wet. I went to pee. in the bathroom, and I came back. I said I'd already peed on myself, so I took up all the blankets. I went to go sleep downstairs in his room. So growing up in Houston was a very, very different lifestyle. Like coming from Nigeria, where I had everything that I wanted. I went to boarding school, even though I was still hustling and hustling. Like I was somebody that I've always been in the business field. My mom is a business owner. She's owned her own business for over 35 years. So I've never seen her work for anybody. I've always been the one helping her, you know, at her shop and stuff like that. So moving here, I had to go back to high school, and yeah, it was crazy because even while I was in high school, I was working. I was 16, 17 years old. I was working. I was doing a lot of things to help my mom because it was just me, my mom, and two of my siblings, my two sisters. My dad was wherever the fuck he was. Let's just put it that way. He was back in Nigeria. He's still back in Nigeria, but he's gonna be alright. Period. So I moved out. You know, was having the time of my life. Was talking to guys, sleeping with men. I'm so glad, like, in my whole era of being outside, I didn't catch any disease, I didn't catch any STDs. And I'm going to be real on this channel with you, because you guys, I feel like the more we have Jesus English, the more we have authentic channels that actually tell women the truth, the more life becomes a better place. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, anyways, so I didn't know who I was. That's what I'm gonna say. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted for myself. I just knew that I wanted a good life, right? I didn't know, like, I wasn't taught anything. Is that even a statement? I wasn't taught Jesus. See, first of all, English is not my first language. You have to know that. But I speak good, fluent conversation English. Because the devil is a liar. This video, I'm going to make it. This video is going to reach YouTube and I'm going to post it. And you people are going to like, follow, share, subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please, I'm begging you, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that whenever I post, you can see it, so that you can watch the video and I can make money. Chicken, that's the reason for this YouTube channel. I want to, you see all those girls that are posting 300k, 400k that they're making per month. I want to get there, because this life is not, Donald Trump, hey God, I have to make money. I have to make money so that I'm only Louis. Anyways, as I was saying, after I moved out from my mom's house, right, I didn't think that I was worth anything, because I was not taught. Okay, thought is to think. Taught, T-A-U-G-H-T, taught, yeah. My mom didn't teach me a lot of things. I had to learn them by myself. I had to learn, and I've been learning since I was a child, because a lot of things happened in my past that I'm not even ready to talk about. A lot of childhood trauma, getting molested, getting expelled, getting beat the fuck up. I mean, like, I feel like some parents, they discipline their children, but I was getting beat up every single time by my dad, because he was an angry person. But it's okay. I don't think that, I'm not defending his actions, but fuck it, I'm alive and I'm well, and I'm a better person for it. So he's gonna have his quarrel with God. Anyways, so she didn't teach me a lot of things. Like, all my mom ever told me was, if you go near man, you carry belly. If you talk to any man, you'll be pregnant. So from like a young age, they always shielded us. We were those on my guest inside. I never had to go out. I did not have friends. I did not have nothing. So I had to learn under. So when I was in the streets by myself, men would just buy me food, and I would think like that was avenue for them to fuck me. Men would just, like, you know, pay my phone bill, and I would let them do whatever they could to my body. Even though I was a child at 19 is a fucking child. You're just like 10 years older than a 9-year-old, or 9 years older than a 9-year-old if you're 18. So you're not an adult. Anyways, I had to learn with the friends that I was having in the street, the girls that was teaching me the stupidest shit, and I started what's it called? I started like gaining bad habits, right? I started smoking weed. I hadn't started doing coke then. Was I doing coke? Cocaine? Yeah. So I started smoking weed. I was smoking weed a lot. I'm still a pothead till today, but I don't do nothing else because it helps with my ADHD. But yeah, I started doing some snow, what do they call it? Snow boogers or whatever the fuck. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, coke, yeah. So, and then I was doing all these things, and I was trying to alleviate the pain that was in my body. I didn't have any money. I wasn't working for like 2 years after I moved out from my mom's house. I wasn't working. I got a job as a substitute teacher on the north side. So imagine living on West Hammer. Literally, when I first moved out from my mom's house, I was living on West Hammer. If you're from Houston and you live in Southwest area, you know what I'm talking about. I lived on West Hammer, right across the HEB, that big ass HEB by what's it called, Kirkwood. that ghetto ass apartment, Edison or whatever the fuck it's called. I think they moved the name. I was living there. I would take a bus. I didn't have a car. My mom did not let me. When I moved out of my mom's house, I moved out on a Thursday. It was raining. I only had $20 on me. But I took my friend's car. I put all my shit in there and I left. And I was living like 10 minutes away from my mother's house. So I was living at Edison Apartments. I would take the bus to north side, so like an hour and 30 minutes away, the bus. So I had to wake up at 5 o'clock just to go and clock in at 9 a.m. And how much was I making? I was making $9 an hour. I was making $9 an hour. I was working. I wasn't getting paid what I needed to get paid, but yo, it was hell. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't want to be emotional about it, but I would not. If you have a girl child, please make sure that you train and you instill the fear of God into them. I still love God. I still have a strong belief. I still have a relationship with God. But a lot of things that I've been through in my lifetime has made me see the world in a different light. I'm a Nigerian, first of all. Nigerians are hustlers. We are going to hustle and make money. That's one thing everybody should know. I don't think if you're seeing a broke Nigerian, they have hope. The hope has always been in their mind, because even Nigerians, you see people suffering, but one day the person will still be thinking that one day I will see Hammer, I will still buy Benz. The hope has always been in us. Oh my god, I feel like messing around with the pimples on my face, but I don't want to do that. Anyways, I was making $9 an hour, and then all of a sudden I stopped working there because I couldn't, and then COVID hit. I couldn't afford to do anything. I couldn't go out, and I started living. I couldn't even live in the apartment that I was living because my stupid roommates. And one thing about me, I'm gonna be mentioning everybody's name. I'm gonna be what? I'm gonna be mentioning everybody's name. So if you catch yourself, catch it. Because guess what? I'm grown and you can't whoop me. My roommate's name, his name was Cisco. And Cisco was a fucking dick at that time. I don't know if he has changed now, but he was a dick. I was a 20-year-old, he was a 30-year-old living with a 20-year-old in a 2-bedroom apartment. His name was not on the list, so he could do whatever the fuck he wanted. This nigga was dirty as fuck, always had trash everywhere, always was bringing bitches, popping pills, doing a whole lot of crap. And guess what? I didn't want to live with him anymore because I was just tired of the disgust. There was no food in the house, there was no Wi-Fi, there was light, but like there was nothing that was comfortable with. There was nothing that made me comfortable around that guy, like for real. It was crazy. Anyways, so I lived with this couple of girls. There was 3 girls. I don't want to mention the girls' names because I don't know, like whatever, I don't give a fuck. There was 3 girls. I'm gonna mention their first initials. There was one named T, the other named M, and the other named L. Miss L. So Miss T was the owner of the house. Miss M was Mrs. T's bestie, and Miss L was the cook of the house, right? So these 3 girls, these 3 women, I don't know if they was fucking each other or the 2 of them was fucking each other, or Miss T and M and T was fucking, and L was like, oh, I want to join but I'm straight, but I want to join but I'm straight. I don't know, maybe she was back curious. But I was crashing on this girl's couch during the pandemic, and these motherfuckers made my life hell, bro. It was in this moment that I realized that I will never have female friends except if the friendship is genuine. These bitches did not like me. I was a pest to them. They would bring niggas over. They was always bringing niggas over to the house. Miss T was always getting her pussy beat. She was always getting her pussy beat. She was always getting back shots. Always get some dick. Maybe tall, short, long, skinny. She was always getting some. And me, with my broke ass self that didn't even have an apartment. I had an apartment, but I couldn't go back there. So what happened? Finally, I left because they were all giving me silent treatment. They were making me feel like I wasn't good enough. So I left, right? A lot of things happened in that area. They repoed my car. I didn't have a truck. My mom gave me her truck. She was moving to Cleveland, Texas. And I was driving the truck for a while because they got in a car accident. And my mom took her truck back. Like my mother called me and said, I need my truck. Even though she knew that we're going to still come to the story of the kind of person my mom is. I want you to know right now, my sign, I'm an Aries, my mother is a Scorpio, my dad is a Taurus. That is the worst combination. I'm an Aries, my mother is a Scorpio, my dad is a Taurus. I don't know why a Taurus and a Scorpio should get married. Don't ever do that unless you want your kids to be mentally fucked up. Anyways, my mother's Scorpio ass called me. She said, I need my truck. I need to give me. And guess what? I drove over to where she was. I dropped off her truck. And I took an Uber home. I didn't have any car. And that was it. I was living my life. And then Miss T the girls that I was living with, they threw a party one time, and the party was basically to call me out that I was trying to take her man. And who is this man? The man, he's somebody that everybody knows, right? The guy is a barber in Houston. He was one of the good barbers, Nigerian barbers. So people go to him. I don't want to mention his name because if I mention his name, everybody will know him. So this Mr. Barber didn't like this Miss T. They was just fucking. Okay, there wasn't, it was like they were not dating, but she was so possessive of him because maybe the dick was good or she had a crush on him or something. I don't even give two fucking fucks. But she started said, then there was a game, the point where they were like, oh, who's likely to take somebody's man? And the girl mentioned my name, and I looked at her. I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is your man? I'm not trying to take nobody, man. And even if I was not trying to take him, I would have been taking him. And guess what? I still ended up taking him. I mean, for the meantime, because he's not to be taken. He's not a taken man. He's not somebody that wants to be taken. He's a community hoe. Everybody knows him. People have hopped on his dick from generations to generations. You've had sisters, uncles, cousins that have slept with him. So please shut the fuck up about that bullshit. Anyways, I'm just reminiscing on all the things that I've been through in my lifetime and how they've affected me. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry because I'm strong. I'm a very strong, resilient woman. Anyways, let's move on. So I moved out of there. I started crashing on one of my homeboys' couches. This was 2020, 2021. And then I was making money. I was making a shit ton of money, you get me? And then I started dating Mrs. T. I started dating her girlfriend. Her girlfriend's name is V. Let's just call her V. I started dating T's girlfriend. I took her from her because I was like, fuck you, bitch. You think you can make me feel like shit? I'm gonna take your girl. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm very bisexual, y'all. Very, 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 very bisexual. I like women more than I like men, and that's just the truth. So anybody that sees this video is gonna know. And I don't care. So me and V started living together. We lived together for 8 months. We had 2 bedrooms. We had 2 apartments. So my apartment was for Airbnb, and hers apartment, we stayed in her apartment. So I paid my bill and her bill for 8 months. I paid it. Imagine paying a woman's rent for 8 months. That's fucked. We broke up. I went to Philly. I went to Philly to meet these Nigerian men that I have been, in contact with. I didn't know that these motherfuckers were into sex trafficking. So when I went to Philly, they were showing me to all their friends. They wanted me to come all the time. Anytime I was going to Philly, I was supposed to bring one of my friends with me. I didn't think anything of it. 21-year-old girl just chilling, having a good time, men taking care of her, paying my bills, and apparently it was sex trafficking. So I think now, I think one of them is in jail, or he just came out. I don't even know. But anyways, after I came back from Philly, what happened that made me come back from Philly? I had a meeting with my lawyer about some shit like that, sha. And I needed to go on Monday. I was in Philly on Saturday, and I said, oh, let me go to Houston Monday, let me do this thing, and then I'll come back. This nigga says, oh, okay, yeah, let's do that. Tell me why I came back to Houston on Monday. I went to go do what I needed to do, and let me even tell you the gist. The Monday, the night before the Monday, right? That night before that Monday, this guy, his name is Lion. I'm going to call out his name because he's a rapist, misogynistic ass motherfucker. That's who he is. He's still in Houston. He lives on Tangle Wild. Every girl knows who he is. Lion is a skinny, tall motherfucker. His first name is Kola, right? Kola, I did something. I can't remember. I think I remember his last name. But his name is Lion. This guy took advantage of me. Even though I was screaming, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Just leave me alone. He took advantage of me. And I was so naive. I didn't report it. I didn't say anything because I don't know why. And if you ask a woman, oh, why didn't you report it? These were the circumstances. It was midnight. I didn't have a car. He dropped me off at home. I was hungry as fuck. There's blood all over my dress. But I still went to work the next day because I couldn't afford to throw my life away because of some motherfucker. Let's just put it that way. So this motherfucking Lion guy, and yes, this happened in Houston. He drove me to his house from the airport. And then I told him, oh, you have to drop me on Monday because I have some things to go do with my lawyer. He said, okay, this guy wanted to sleep with me so bad. He's been chasing me since at least like 4 years. And I said, no. I kept saying no. This guy just laid there and he just did whatever. And he saw that I wasn't receptive and he just left. But he already did what he wanted to. And that's not okay. That's not okay to nobody at all. I would never pray for anybody's child to go. Wherever he is, it's God and thunder that will punish him. Anyways, I'm a better person now, so I'm okay. I'm personally, I think that I'm getting better with the way my trauma has built up. So I still went there. Let me give you the gist now. I still went to the thing that I had to do on Monday with my lawyer, and then after Monday, I was supposed to go back to Philly on Wednesday. And mind you, all my stuff was in Philly. All my load, all my baggage, everything. I just brought like 1 or 2 bags with me. I should have been smarter. I should have packed all my load, my strap bag, everything was there. Yo, tell me why I started calling these guys that, oh, I'm coming back to Philly. I'm coming because they wanted me to move to Jersey so bad. These motherfuckers did not pick up my phone call. They didn't pick up my phone call. They didn't pick up my text message. At the end of the day, the guy blocked me and changed his number. Meanwhile, all my load was still in Philly. All my stuff, my jacket that my ex-boyfriend had given me, all my things were still in Philly. Whoa. Oju Miri, Ori Mabo. The things that those guys used to do. English or that I don't know the people that said that we should start speaking English. English is not a language. Anyways, so I was devastated. I was so sad. I was like, these people fucking played me. I think that they did it like that because they didn't want me to spend more. They didn't want to spend more money on baggages, and they just said, oh yeah, when you come back. And I believe them. One thing I would never do in my lifetime is to believe a man again. No, one thing I would never do is to believe a man. There's nothing you can tell me unless I see you actually doing the actions that you already promised that you're going to do. If you say, oh, I will do it, sure, you just will never see me again. And one thing I'm good at is telling people how I feel. Like, you will never see me again. I will never speak to you. And that's it. And even if I see you in public, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know you. That's how I cut people off. And that's a bad thing. That is a really bad thing, and I accept it. But people have hurt me so much that I felt like it's justified. Anyways, so I was living in my apartment, didn't say nothing of it. These people blocked me. They didn't talk to me no more. And this was after me and V already broke up. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to keep living my life. So I got a job at a security company. I was working armed security. And yes, I did work armed security. I still have my armed license till today. But, ooh, look at that light. It's skinning. Even though my skin is not skinning, but skin is still skinning. I would say that a lot of things happened. So I couldn't afford to pay that apartment again. Imagine paying, how much was I? I think it was 1,200 for a 1-bedroom. And meanwhile, this 1-bedroom apartment, it was I think in front of the Galleria. It was called, now it's called Margot Apartments or Margot. The spelling is Margot, but they call it Margot. But you guys, a lot of things happened. Even while I was dating V, we were supposed to start a business venture together. I went and sourced for the vendor, the plastic, everything that we're going to use. Imagine we start a business venture together. And what was business venture? It was skin. And this is my part of the story because this is how I felt. It was a skin lightening company. I found somebody in India to do this Shopify store. Okay. And I started looking for products. But she brought $500 from her 401k money, according to her, allegedly. And she used to purchase all the products that we're going to need to start the business from scratch. Tell me why when me and this girl broke up, because I already knew that this was gonna happen. She told me that she found somebody that gave her $10,000 so that they could take my name off of the business and she could use it. And the person that gave her the money was her mother. Her mother was gonna give her 10K so that she could start her business, but she didn't want me to be involved. My own child that I've been sourcing since 2019. Now 2021, you're telling me that, oh, you can't continue this business because my mother gave me more money. We broke up. After we broke up, she called the cops on me. This bitch called the cops on me and said that I took her stuff, that I'm stealing her things. And her friend had already come and collect the ingredients from my house, like maybe 5 minutes before the cops came. I told the cops, I said, I don't have anything that of this woman's in my house, and they don't have a warrant, so they can't talk to me. And I closed the door. Deuces, motherfuckers. Literally. That's what I told the police. And I shut the door and I walked in my house. And the police can't do nothing because they don't have a fucking warrant. Right? So that happened. A lot of things happened. Like I said, I got a job, I was working, and then I moved from that apartment. I moved to another place because I couldn't afford to pay that rent again. And then I started messing with this guy. He's one of the MCs in Houston. I'm not even going to mention his name. We started messing around after I went to an Olamide's concert, and I was dancing on stage. I think I'm going to look for the video and put it up here. so y'all can see. I was dancing on stage, and this guy, after this guy hit me up, was talking, fuck the next day. Shit, why not? And we started messing around with each other. And I would say that I had a good time spending time with this guy, but he was so toxic to me. He's still my friend till this day, but I just felt like I wasn't getting enough. And then after me and him still fucking around, no, not after, even in the same line, I met my ex-husband. Yes, I met my ex-husband. Me and him had gone to high school together. I know some of y'all will know him. But we moved to Hawaii. No, we moved to South Carolina first, and then we moved to Hawaii. And I left my penthouse, my apartment in Houston. I left my car, my brand new ass motherfucking car that I just bought. I left my cousin. My cousin was staying with me. I left my cat, my fucking cat, my child. I left all these things to go be with this man. And that was the stupidest decision I had ever made in my lifetime, because I fell in love. I was more in love with him than he was in love with me, and I caught him cheating. And it wasn't like I caught him physically cheating, but he was texting some other girl, and I was already done with the relationship because we were fighting a lot, and it was just bringing so much. It was so much PTSD from growing up in a household where I saw my dad hit all his kids, was yelling, was screaming. Every time he came back to the house, all the children would scatter. Imagine you're coming into the house, you hear the honk at the door, and everybody just scatters and make sure the house is arranged so that you won't collect slap or something. So I was like, I don't want my marriage to be like my mother's marriage. But this guy, we went to Hawaii. I was living a good life, and then I came back home from work one day. He just left me. He left. He left. Like, I came back from work on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. There was nothing in the house. No couch, no TV. I thought I got robbed because I saw the back door open. And then I went upstairs to look, because it was a 2-bedroom. I went upstairs to look in his own bedroom, and his stuff was gone. He took everything. He took the hangers, even the trash can. He took it. Because why? Because he paid for it. He bought it with his money. And his excuse was that he cannot be with somebody that doesn't trust him. Bitch, you was the one that was talking to somebody else. But I still liked this guy. I still loved him. And I felt like that was one of the best decisions I ever made for myself, to decide to be with this man. Tell me why, when I came back home to Texas, after this motherfucker left me in Hawaii. Imagine you went to vacation with somebody, y'all broke up, and they left you. Left you in that fucking city, on that island that I did not know jack shit. A lot of things happened in Hawaii. A lot of things. A bunch of shit. Bro, I had a job. I was working, but as I was working, I was smoking so much. I was doing so much coke. I was doing so much drugs just to numb the fact that I was in pain. This man had left me the same way my parents had left me to go fend for myself. The same way. And I feel like because of that, it's hard for me to fall in love again, and that's the truth. And it's hard for me to say that I want to give my heart to somebody, because my heart is very tender, and I'm loyal to the fucking core. I didn't cheat on him until he broke up with me. I was loyal to this man. Every single thing, all the niggas I was talking to, I blocked all of them. But he didn't feel like I was enough for him, which is okay, right? I know I'm gonna sound like pained and triggered and traumatized, but I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm Nigerian. We can fucking work it out. Can this thing come off? You see, ADHD. I don't fuck with the thing. Anyways, so because of that, I didn't date, and we broke up in 2022. I moved back to Texas in December 2022. And I didn't date anybody until this year. And the guy that I dated this year, he was the one that caused all of this. I didn't like him. I wasn't attracted. He was a cute guy, but I wasn't like attracted to him because I wasn't in love. But the guy wanted over the day that my car accident happened, I was coming back from the club. Everybody was like, you're drunk. I was like, no, I'm not drunk. Anyways, I ended up having a car accident. Terrible car accident earlier this year. 2 days before April ended. So I don't think I can fall in love again. I don't think so. You know why I said that? And not because I sound like traumatized or I need to talk to a therapist or shit, but like, it's gonna be hard, right? Because now like I told you earlier, like, I'm 85% gay, like 15% straight. So the straightness is for the guys that I actually like, the ones that be giving me money. Even the guys that give me money, I don't like them. Like, I'm not how would I say it? I like them because they give me something, but I don't like them to want to date them, because I could never do that, right? I prefer to fall in love with a woman that I know will treat me like a woman that I am, other than a guy that doesn't even like me. And you have to know that black men don't like black women, and that's for sure. So I don't think that, I don't know, I think it's gonna be hard for me to find love again. And I'm not gonna cry on this fucking channel. This is the first episode, you guys. I don't think that I can find love again. And you know why I said that? Because I'm scared, and not like physically scared. I'm scared that my heart is gonna be broken, and this time I'm not gonna be able to take it. I can drive knives at somebody's chest. I'm serious. Like, if I get heartbroken again, I'm gonna fucking stab a bitch, and I don't want to do that. Because why would you do that to me? I'm a beautiful woman. Men want to be with me. I still have some nigga leave my house yesterday. Nigga wanted to fuck so bad. I was like, no, I haven't seen you in 2 years. I need to stop messing with my pimple. I haven't seen you in 2 years. I'm not about to let you stick your thing inside of me. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know the kind of evil spirits that's in your body. Okay? And I don't like men. It's not, I don't hate them. I just don't have feelings for them. I don't know if I can have feelings for a man. And even if I have feelings for you, you're gonna have to spend I'm gonna have feelings for your bank accounts. Let's put it that way. And that's the truth. I can only have feelings for a man's bank account. I can't have feelings for him. I don't know if that story will change, right? I don't know if that story is gonna change, but I think that I need to work on myself. I'm still working on myself. I'm still getting to know who I am, what I like. I'm very good at what I do. I'm very, very good. I'm a good ass graphic designer. I think that's what I'm really good at. But I'm also in the medical field, and this is my store. I own a business. I have a med spa and a braiding salon. So we do a lot of things: teeth whitening, liquid BBLs, deep tissue massages. Just make sure you click the description box and, you know, check out the websites and book. We also do home services. Whatever city, state you are in, we're definitely gonna pull up on you as long as you can pay for the transport fee and the home service fee. I'm gonna bring you all along as I go, you know, my day to day, because I really need to make this YouTube money. Fuck anything that anybody's saying. I need to make money off of YouTube. I am a very interesting person. A lot of things happen on my day to day, like a lot of things, and I feel like I don't stress that enough. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, talk to all your friends, share this video to all your friends. I would just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, like, I see you, God sees you, and you're doing fine. You're doing okay. The only person that knows the truth is yourself. The only person that knows exactly what is going in your body is yourself. The only person that knows exactly what is going on in your mind is yourself. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day, okay? Peace.